With us today. On behalf of Successive Digital and Kagen.ai, I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, Kagen Secure AI Native Risk Intelligence for Enterprise Security. Cybersecurity is evolving faster than ever. As enterprises embrace AI, cloud, and digital transformation, security teams are facing new challenges in managing risk, reducing vulnerabilities, and staying ahead of increasingly sophisticated threats. Today's session will explore how AI native technologies can help organizations move from reactive security practices to intelligent, proactive risk management. Now, before we begin, just a few housekeeping notes. This session is being recorded and will be shared with all registered attendees. We encourage you to submit your questions throughout the webinar using the Q&A chat panel. Don't wait to the end. Send them in. We'll address as many questions as possible during the dedicated Q&A session at the end. We are leaving time for that. So let's get started. Today's session is brought to you by Successive Digital and Kagen.ai. Before we go deeper into today's discussion, let me quickly introduce Successive Digital and the ecosystem we bring to enterprise transformation. Successive Digital is an AI native platform engineering partner. Our focus is to help enterprises move away from fragmented systems and build unified, intelligent, and scalable digital platforms. We work across the full technology lifecycle, from platform strategy and consulting to AI product engineering, data, and analytics, customer experience, commerce, cloud, FinOps, and platform operations. What makes our approach different is that our delivery is powered by Kagen.ai ADD, our agentic-driven delivery model. This helps us bring more governance, predictability, automation, and speed into enterprise delivery. In simple terms, we combine strong engineering execution with AI-powered delivery intelligence. Over the last 14, actually more than 14 years, we've served clients across 10, even more than 10 industries, worked with 150 customers and growing, and built a strong team of over 600 engineering experts. We also have more than 1,000 specialized AI agents supporting different delivery and operational workflows. Our work is backed by over 25 partnerships and has contributed to more than $1 billion in implementation revenue across client engagements. We also bring a global operating model with presence across the USA, Canada, Japan, the United Kingdom, South Africa, the UAE, and India. This gives us the ability to support clients across regions, time zones, and business environments. From an industry standpoint, we serve sectors such as media and advertising, banking and insurance, retail and commerce, healthcare, manufacturing, telecom, cybersecurity, agritech, maritime, travel, hospitality, and education technology. This slide shows the broader Kagen Enterprise AI Suite, built using Kagen ADD. Each product is modular and production-ready, designed to solve a specific enterprise challenge. You'll see solutions across voice, knowledge intelligence, document intelligence, visual content, security, chat, hiring, and intelligent matching. It's a lot. The key point is that enterprises can start with one product and expand over time. That gives you a quick overview of who we are. Now it's time to move into today's important topic. I'm very pleased to introduce our speaker, Mukesh Sharma, who will walk us through how AI native risk intelligence is transforming enterprise security and how organizations can build a more intelligent, unified approach to vulnerability management, DevSecOps, and security operations. Mukesh, take it away.
Hey, Martin, thank you. And hello, everyone. My name is Mukesh, and I'm working with Successive Digital as a cybersecurity lead. So I'm leading all these cybersecurity pillars in Successive Digitals. And over the next 45 minutes today, I'll walk you through how modern enterprise can move from the reactive fragmented security to the AI native security postures. I'll also give you the walkthrough of in the area of cybersecurity, what Successive is doing. I also introduced one of our initiative in AI that is known as Kagen Secure. With that, let's begin. So first, I would like to introduce cybersecurity capabilities, what Successive Digital is doing. So these are the major four pillars where our capability lies. The pillar one describes about discover and assess, where we describe the baseline for the cybersecurity. It's include your network, web applications, cloud, container. And once discover is done, the second pillar is validate those baseline, validate those risks via the actual doing the penetration testing on that. And the next pillar is fix and prevent. So this pillar introduce a shift left approach where we embed security in shift left in your SDLC lifecycle. And the fourth and last pillar is operate and improve. We believe security is not a one-time activity, it's a continuous monitoring and effort. So we provide our customers with managed security and continuous monitoring. So let's cover these pillars one by one. I'll give a very quick overview about these pillars. So the first pillar talks about the assessment, discover and assess. So we discover all the security gaps in your organizations, whether it's your network, web application, cloud, or containers. So the next pillar covers whatever we have assessed in the pillar one is actually validated in these pillars. We do the penetration testing and find out the reports and provide it to our customers with executive summary, technical finding, and remediations roadmap to them. As I said, the next pillar of fix and prevent, we introduce shift left approach to the customers. So instead of waiting to complete entire SDLC's life cycles and introducing security at the end, we propose our customers to introduce security from the beginning where their developer pushed the code. It includes finding the vulnerability in their source code, any secret code, any third-party library which are vulnerables that can be identified when your developers is actually developing the code. So these help our customers to reduce the vulnerability and they save the time while developing their code. So next and last pillar is talk about the managed security programs. As I said, security is not a one-time activity, it's a continuous effort. So we help our customer to continuously monitor and periodic assessment. So let's begin with our AI native program, which we have introduced, a Kagen Secure. It's a unified platform where we have covered all the security in one umbrella. So you'll get all the security tool under one umbrella. Let's see what Kagen Secure is about. So when it's come to the traditional security versus AI native platform, traditional security is when you see the traditional security, the pictures come in a silos, scanners, a static CVSS score which has no context about your organization. You will get lots of false positive and noise. Where Kagen Secures provide you a centralized platform where you will get all the visibility of your assets, your vulnerability under one platform. You'll get less false positive because AI-driven agents find out the false positive for you. It reduces the noise for you and give you the correct context so that your engineering team can focus what is relevant to your organization. So this is the basic architecture of our platform, Kagen Secure. So it is divided in three layers. The first layer is a unified control plane where you'll get a centralized dashboard. You'll get all the workflow orchestrations, complete reporting platform. So middle layer is a AI intelligence layer, which control your layer 1 and layer 3. And in the AI intelligence layer, you'll get smart crawlings, false positive validations, context scoring act. The bottom layer is a security engines, which covers all your security domains like your applications, your cloud, your network, or your code. So these are the detailed core engines which we have introduced in Kagen Secure, which is DAST, SAST, SCA, SBOM, CSPM, and vulnerability management. So we are AI native. We are not just AI added. So this differentiate us. So what I mean is AI sits in the center of every workflow. So when we do the AI native security, we get false positive reductions, we get the contextual risk scoring, remediation guidance from the AI agents, threat correlations, behavior analysis, and intelligence crawling. When it comes to the deployment, we understand certain customers have a compliance guideline, so they cannot deploy or use any platform. So we do have a customizable platform in the deployment. It includes SaaS-based deployment, private or single tenants, or on-prem. Based on customer need, we can deploy our product on the customer environment. So with said that, let's start with the demo where I'm covering a web application security tool, which is AI based. It's not a traditional security tools where you just brute force the application. It's an AI agent driven web penetration testing tools where AI agents actually crawl your applications, find your business logics, create a payload, and perform the scanning. So this is the web application penetration testing tool, which is totally AI driven. It's not a traditional tool. Let me show you how it works. So as a any projects, you first need to create the projects, your web application. Let's say it's a demo project, and you have to give your application's name. Let me copy that for you. So this is a testing application. So it's not any production environment. This is the testing application for this demo. Let me create it. So our project is created, and if we want the authentication scan, yes, we do want, you need to click on the manage, and it will give you the pictures of authentications where you need to create the authentication for this project. So authentication can be created in two ways. One is with the browser recording, and another way is the form-based recording. With the browser recording, you need a plugin which is available with the download here. You can download this extension and install in your browser. Once it is installed, you will get a recording tool in your browsers. You can record all your actions of your login of your application and record it here. I have already recorded for this demo, so we don't need it. So let's go back to the setup. So we do have recording. So let's choose that recording for us for this demo. So you can see that we have the recorded login. So we'll perform for this demo totally AI powered testings. It's not a traditional tool which do it. It's an AI agent which will perform a testing for us. So these are some checkboxes which are required. Let's see. I want my agent to do business logic testing. I want my agent to test login page, also brute force them, and deep content discovery. You can define the target environment so that agent will perform as per the environment. Let's suppose if it is the productions, so the severity of the payload will be reduced by agent automatically. So we have a staging environment. Let's choose the staging one. You can define the maximum pages number here. Let's leave it as a default and start the scan. So you can see the scan is initialized and started. You can monitor from this box how much percentage is completed. So let's wait for a couple of minutes so that it can start the testing. Meanwhile, I can show you how this scan is progress. So this is the dashboard where all the vulnerabilities will be present. We can see the logs. So authentication is successful. Let's go to this live test window where you will get the clear pictures what agent is actually doing. So you can see that recon agent is triggered. So it will crawl your applications. It will understand the business logic your application, and based on that, it will generate the payload. So you can see that the agent has started discovering your applications. It will point out with the green page, you can see your APIs. With the gray one, it's find out the web pages. So once our agent has identified all the pages inside your applications, it will start generating the payload, understand the business logic, and perform the penetration testing. So it acts like an actual manual pen tester instead of just brute forcing any web application. At least 5 to 10 minutes. Let's wait for that. So you can see the crawl URL here also. So these are the URL which is covered by our agents. And this is the picture representations, what actually is happening at the backend. So it not just only crawl the page, it will smartly identify the pages, it submit those pages and go beyond that pages as well. So AI agents are smart enough to log in into your forms. It can submit your form. It can upload the page, upload any files in it. If there is an upload functionality, it can upload that. So we can see that all the URLs in the crawled URL section. So now the testing has started. So you can see that what pages are actually being tested by the AI agents that will be indicating here. So you will also see that payload agent is activated. So it will show you the context also, what payload is being generated and what page is being tested. And it will give you all the details what agent is actually doing behind the scene. So testing has started now. Let's wait for 5 more minutes to complete this testing. So all the AI agents, whether it's payload agents, recon agents, or scan agents, all communicate with each others and perform testing with communicating with each other. These dotted line indicating these particular pages are being tested at this moment. So the test is completed. So validated agent has given us these many findings. We can see on the overview section also. So we have 1 critical, 7 high, and 36 medium, and so on. To view the exact issues, we can go in the issue sections. Let's suppose we want to see the high level issues. You can see these high level issues are exposed by our tool. You can go to details. It will give you the insight about this issue, the request with the payload, what response it get. And if you want AI to go inside these vulnerabilities and find out for you, you can go to the AI insight and ask AI, I need more about this vulnerability. So AI agent will go inside this vulnerability and find out for you. Okay, AI has generated the result. So it says it's a true positive with the tries reason. Why it is true positive? It has a reason. AI has given the severity also with the reason why it is high, and also the remediation for you, the CVSS score, and the remediations provided by the AI. And you have the reference for this vulnerability. You can go and read about this vulnerability. For the reporting part, you can go to the download report. As per your need, you can either generate the complete report, executive report, or developer report. The format is available in the PDF, HTML, and CSV. So that's it for this demo from my side. Over to you, Martin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mukesh. I thought it was interesting that the PII disclosure was the one that you highlighted. And I'm sure that's important to everyone because if you saw the detail in the code, it was credit card exposure. And that's certainly something our organizations don't want. And as individuals, we don't want. So what a great opportunity to work through an AI security review. And what a great example among the ones that came up as critical disclosures. I'm sure everyone found the session valuable, especially the practical perspective on how AI can improve risk prioritization, reduce false positives, make sure we're working on the right things, and help security teams make faster and more informed decisions. And Mukesh, we appreciate you sharing your expertise and real world insights with all of us today. So that brings us to the Q&A session. If you have any questions, again, please drop them in the chat if you haven't already. We're getting lots of questions. And our speaker is ready to answer your questions. We'll give everyone a minute to submit their questions and then we'll begin. All right, Mukesh, we've got some great questions. So we're going to keep you at work.
Yeah, Martin. Please.
There's a question here that I think is going to be relevant for everyone, and that's the question is, we already have multiple security tools across our environment. How does Kagen Secure complement or consolidate those investments instead of adding another layer, which I'm sure is something people have at the top of their mind in terms of budget and limitation?
Yeah, that's a great question, Martin. I would say I believe every organization have several security tools. So Kagan Security is not designed to replace those tools. It is a customizable tool, which is a unified platform. So customer can choose as per their needs. Let's suppose they have the application security tools, but they don't have the network one. So they can choose only the network one. So they can choose as per their need of the organizations. So it's not everything they have to buy as a single product. So if they have any particular requirement as a tool, we can integrate for them.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
You mentioned that AI-driven contextual risk scoring. Can you give an example of how it prioritizes vulnerabilities different from traditional CVSS-based scoring?
Yeah. So when traditional vulnerabilities are basically relies on CVSS score, which is I would say it's a useful way to find out the vulnerabilities, but it lacks the context of your business. Let me give you example. Let's suppose two vulnerability have same CVSS score, but one vulnerabilities exist over the internet on your payment gateway. Another vulnerability exists on your internet environment, which is not exposed to the internet. So the severity of the context of these two vulnerability will be different. So of course, first one will be high, and the second would be low because it's not exposed to the internet. So uh, when the Kagen secure actually derived the vulnerability when its severity decided, it's based on multiple additional context. Let's suppose it is internet exposed, how business is critical, I mean, how critical it's to your business, what is the sensitivity of your assets, is exploit available publicly or not, is active threat intelligence is available, existing component compensating controls are available for that vulnerability. So based on these calculations, so we decide the severity of the any particular vulnerability rather than just depending on the CVSS score. So this is how we
Excellent.
calculate. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Again, I think this is going to be top of mind. There's something out there that people have just named alert fatigue, right? And that's a
Right.
major challenge for security teams. How does Kagan secure reduce false positives while ensuring critical threats aren't overlooked or not highlighted as you mentioned in the demo?
I'm glad you asked these questions, Martin, because reducing the alert fatigue is the one of our primary design goal. So we have created Kagan Secure is in this way. So we correlate findings from multiple scanners, like I mean, it's a unified platform. So it helps you to reduce the duplicates of the vulnerabilities. It validate the actual whether it's a false positive or not, so that your engineering team can focus on what is actual issue to your organization rather than dealing with false positive noise and act. So this way we reduce the time of your engineering team so that they can focus on what is relevant rather than dealing with noise and false positive. So this is designed with the
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent. Very good.
Yep.
I'm excited about this next question because I have a sense of the answer, but I can't answer it like you. But as I learn all about Kagan ADD and the elements that make up the broader Kagan solutions, I love this question, and that's how does Kagan Secure help bridge the gap between security and development teams without slowing down software delivery?
Right. I mean, what I learned from my experience, later you include security in your SDLC, more cost and more effort you have to put, right? So we have introduced these Kagan Secure as a shift left approach. So rather than introducing security at the end of your SDLC, we introduced a security tool in the beginning of your SDLC, right away from your development. It starts from the development till your deployment in your prod environment or your dev environment as well. So we do the code base analysis after deployment. We do the web application penetration testing, and after that, if your product is deployed also, we can do the continuous monitorings through the vulnerability management tools and even your cloud security as well.
So it's foundational right from the beginning.
Yep, that's the key.
That's great.
I mean,
Awesome. Um, Organizations are concerned about software supply chain security, and I'm curious, how does the platform continuously monitor and manage risk associated with third-party and open source dependencies? And that's open source is becoming so prevalent. How do we keep ourselves secure while we open up our systems?
Totally agree with. So we got lots of query from our customers. This supply chain security has become top priority for many organizations. They wanted what is inside their software, what they're using, what third-party libraries they are using, whether they are vulnerable or not, whether they contain any expired certificate or not. So these supply chain is become a top priority for the organizations. We do have the SBOM and SCA combined with it, so that the customer get full visibility what they have inside their software. If any vulnerable component is used, they can identify it easily and they can patch them. And about the SBOM, we generate the industry standard like XPDX and Cyclone DX. So this is the industry standard for the SBOM, and we do it with the Kagen Secure.
Very good. Very good. All right. So this next question is about how this platform will simplify compliance. So you have ISO 27001, SOC2, PCI, DSS, GDPR. How does, we have to operate in regulated environments. How does this platform simplify keeping all that, either singular or multiple standards up to date, so we're not, closing the door after the horse is gone?
Right. So what I believe, compliance shouldn't be the outcome of compliance should be the outcome of the good security. It shouldn't be the separate entity. It should be the process of your security. In Kagan Secures, we do the continuous monitorings of your security postures. We map your vulnerability with the compliance control. We maintain the centralized evidence so that you get the full visibility what you have. And we have the report generator, which you can generate your audit rated report and share it with your auditors. So this will definitely help you to get compliant with your compliance like ISO, SOC, and PCI DSS. So definitely this is covered under our Kagen Secure platform.
So it sounds like it can actually help
Yep.
with compliance rather than make it more complicated. That's awesome.
Yep.
So I talk to clients all the time who are just starting their AI journey. They're just getting budgets approved. They're thinking about how they can keep up with competition in AI. So for those, given that we're talking about security, for those organizations that are just beginning this DevSecOps journey, especially in terms of AI, what module would you recommend implementing with Kagen Secure first?
So it depends, Martin. The organizations depends upon organization maturity, because each organization have different environment and needs, I believe. So in general, if you ask me, I would suggest, if it is beginning of the organization, I would suggest SAST is the best way to start, so that once your code is developed, right away you can find out the vulnerability and can fix it. So once your process is mature, you can go for the other tools as well, like SCA, then for your cloud is CSPM and DAST and network and so on. So we do have all this combination, but I would suggest to start with SCA and SAS first.
That's a great recommendation. So, and I think you may have just kind of indicated an answer to this, but let's jump into custom. Is this customizable? Are the AI recommendations and security policies customizable to an organization for their own governance, their own risk management framework?
Correct. This platform is designed as and customizable as per the customer need. We do lots of POCs with our customers. They have different demands, like they want customized report format, they want customized policies for their organizations. And yes, I mean, this entire tool base is customizable, and we are doing it. I mean, it's based on customizations. You can customize your security rules, scan policies, and all that. Yeah.
That's great. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious, and maybe you don't have any of these at your fingertips, and just from your experience, what measurable business outcomes have you seen from implementing Kagen Secure, if you've seen any yet?
I mean, we got very good positive response from our customers. We did in past lots of POCs with this Kagen Secures and currently in the pipeline as well. So uh, the response was amazing from the customers. They like this product. They have performed and they got the results what they're looking for. And we have also received and we have learned from them as well what they particular organization has need, and we are customizing our software as per their requirement as well. So it's a very good experience, I would say, and we are going in the good direction in Kagan Secure.
Terrific. All right, I have a final two-part question for you that's gonna challenge your expertise and your experience, and I'm going to ask you to prognosticate about the future a little bit. So, looking ahead, how do you see AI reshaping enterprise cybersecurity over the next couple of years? And then, how does Kagan Secure evolve to stay ahead of all the emerging trends, threats, etc.? Well, that's a big one, but Mukesh, I know you can help us with that one.
Yeah, that's a good question, Martin. I believe AI has impacted everyone, right, in every organization, in IT as well. So I believe AI will fundamentally change cybersecurity team from the reactive uh, operations to the productive risk management. So it's not AI is not as a replacement of your security team. It will definitely complement them. It will help them. So this is how, I mean, what we have think about Kagan Secure. It's for helping your security engineering team rather than replacing them. It will give you the intelligence, your asset discovery, your context aware risk, so that your engineering team can focus on what is relevant to your organizations rather than dealing with. So this is the whole idea of creating this tool, and I believe we are going in the right direction.
As it's hard not to be excited about all that Kagan is doing, especially Kagan Secure.
Right.
And I want to thank Mukesh and bringing his expertise to us and actually taking on the challenge of a live demo. That's not always easy, and to watch it work, literally watch the Kagan Secure work through problems and every page. And I just really appreciate you, Mukesh, and thank you for your insight and what you shared. And I want to thank everybody for joining us and spending your time with us. We really do hope today's discussion has provided useful insights into how AI native security can help organizations strengthen their security posture while accelerating innovation. And if any of you would like to continue the conversation or learn more about Successive Digital, Kagan.ai, or Kagan Secure, please reach out to us. We're happy to chat with you. It doesn't cost you anything to get our answers to your important questions, and we'd be happy to schedule a follow-up discussion or product demonstration. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you, Mukesh, for sharing with us. Everyone
Thank you,
have a
Martin.
wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you for
wonderful
having
day.
me.
Stay safe. We look
Thank you
forward to
all.
connecting with you again in upcoming webinars. Be well.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.